What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing on the Vampire Stream. Damn, some of you guys must be really busy. Hey, some OP's out of pocket. He said HBO. It's not getting up, Jim. Nah, he not getting up, Jim. Damn, some of you guys live under a rock. HBO Boxing has bowed out, waved a white flag. They said they are no longer going to continue with regular boxing programming. They're getting out of the boxing business, So that's the latest, And I want to talk about it some more. Someone said Max Kellerman, the only one with a job now. Roy Jones could get a job. I love listening to Roy. Roy should go to Showtime or ESPN. Imagine that. Roy Jones and Andre Ward. No offense to Tim Bradley, but that would be a hell of a combination. Andre Ward and Roy Jones. And see, this is the thing. Some of you guys don't know the lineage. Roy Jones had a fight, and Andre Ward was a little kid, or obviously younger, and he walked out Roy Jones. That would be crazy. But, Showtime got the poppin'est fights, the biggest fights. So I would love to hear Roy Jones call, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Stuff like that. Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia if they fight. So there's options, Canelo Triple G, they got to find a new home. HBO is out. I listened to Summer Carter 5. Rest in peace to XXX Tentacion. I'm kind of curious if Lil Wayne had that intent, like if him and X really did the song together when XX Tentacion was alive, or if he just, after he died or whatever, to pay homage, they did that song, and they just used the verse that he had, like a posthumous verse like they did with Eminem and Biggie, on Dead Wrong. We got to talk about it. My dude, I'm not sure, Sherrod Baltimore, Ego called this no face-off, lack of 24/7s, trash promotions. The writing has been on the walls. You know how many people are hitting me up like, you called this Ego, and we got to address some things. We're just getting started. Make sure you guys smash the like button for the Vampire Stream. See, I've always watched boxing my whole life, but before I became a YouTuber and started covering this glorious sport, I was into business. I had jobs, regular jobs, kept promoting up, salary manager. If you are a natural born hustler, it don't matter what you selling, you can sell it. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're selling cars or dope, it's the same principles. The only difference is you selling dope, the feds might be on you. You're gonna catch a federal case or some shit. You have street justice and people that come after you or something like that. Whereas typically, if you're just selling cars or something that's honest living or whatever, you're not gonna have to worry about those problems. But the art of hustling and art of business, no matter what, it stays the same. And just from regular jobs, I could see that HBO was not providing what they needed to provide to have longevity and to continue their reign as the number one premium outlet. I used the analogy earlier. HBO Boxing, I'm not talking about HBO because you have to pretty much put it in two factions. HBO Boxing was failing, and it seemed like it had plateaued, and they weren't doing the right things to get it back on track, if you will. HBO as a network does very well because of their original programming. But I used this analogy before. HBO Boxing is like Blockbuster Video. When new people come out and innovate, Amazon Prime, Netflix in Blockbuster's case, Redbox later, you have to stay current. You have to keep up with the times. If you don't, you become extinct like the dinosaur. You have to evolve, right? Netflix, I use this the same exact, you can Google it. Netflix, the founders or whatever, which is a Bay Area. Netflix came out in the Bay. You know where I'm from, the Bay. True hustlers, out here in California, Silicon Valley. You know, the Valley, the Bay, NorCal. Like, you know, we hustlers, right? But anyway, the people from Netflix, they propositioned Best Buy. They were trying to, you know, work with Best Buy. Had a meeting and everything. And rumor has it they got laughed out of the meeting. But ultimately the joke was on Best Buy because they're no longer around, you know. And Netflix is booming. Netflix has their own studio, you know, where they have like Narcos and all these original shows and paying Dave Chappelle, damn, you know, for comedy specials and Kevin Hart's and shit like that. So Netflix is booming. You know, they stayed current though. That's what I'm saying. That's why I told you I told you, even though I didn't go to jail, just like Tupac said, the day I got out of jail was a problem to be where the fuck you was from. You know, I told you with this new media shit. I told you what me and Dante was coming to do. We're holding people accountable in the game. This has never been done. You guys are looking at history. DBN, Boxingego have set history. I'm not saying we put HBO single-handedly out of bit. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is we put emphasis, we put that spotlight back on boxing where it was a problem if you were not speaking, you know, you weren't speaking from any realm of like reality and like points of views. I mean, but anyway, when I work like Lowe's and shit, we'd have to look at paperwork, like vitals, they called them. And you have to, the whole goal is for a business is to do better than you did fiscally, you know? Maybe it's not possible to do it every single year because different things happen, you know, if it's a hurricane or something, but that's the goal, you know? HBO started to regress, you know what I mean? HBO started things that they were known for, you letting other people steal from you, like Sky Sports does the gloves are off, right? HBO, that's a makeshift face-off. Face-off, to my knowledge, was the first to come up with that format. You know, have a host, Max Kellerman, and he's in between, and you got the two fighters here looking at each other. You got Cotto, you got Margarito, you got Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and you got Martinez. Of course, you have Floyd Mayweather, Victor Ortiz, or Shane Mosley, right? It got to a point where how is Sky Sports still doing occasional gloves are off with Joseph Parker and Dillian White, yet HBO Boxing didn't do one for Canelo Triple G, didn't do one for Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. These were some of your biggest fights for these particular years. It makes no sense. And I don't want to hear, oh, Andre Ward and Kovalev, they had a miscommunication on the dates, or Canelo didn't want to see Triple G. You were the network, you know, make these motherfuckers work for, you know, you showcasing their fight. That's just bad. Someone said KSI had one. You know what? That's a very strong point. Shout out to Aaron Parker. Can we get some hundreds and some clap emojis? This is what I'm saying with stay current and keep up with the times. You let a fucking two YouTubers come and outsell, you know, possibly outsell Canelo versus Golovkin and do a better job of marketing it. Logan Paul and his brother Jake Paul and KSI. Bro, that's bad. When you the big boss of the block, you know, you the Wolf of Wall Street, you're big HBO Boxing. That's sad. You did one HBO 24/7 for Canelo Triple G. You know, there's no way when Showtime's at least trying. They're trying. I watch it. I subscribe to HBO Boxing YouTube. I subscribe to Showtime Boxing YouTube. You know, I see like it'll be like Mikey Garcia before the Broner fight. The Reveal starring Mark Kriegel. He's on ESPN now, so I don't know if he works with Showtime anymore. Or it'll be like Brian Custer and Adrian Broner. You know, one-on-one talking, or Brian Custer and Errol Spence. They're trying out different stuff. They're trying to work on their digital. They got Brendan Schaub, who, you know, comes from a heavyweight division of combat fighting sports. Clean-cut dude, comedian. He's familiar with podcasting and current enough with the digital market. They gave him his own show. They gave Jim Lampley a show. He's not like, you know, he's dated. You know, Jim Lampley, his values, his virtues, his biases, you know, all that shit, you're not saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So really, I seen this coming a mile away. I predicted it. You got to be able to forecast these things. So let's talk about it. Smash the like button. A lot of people are hitting me up and saying, hey, you were right. I've even seen some people floating around shedding tears and acting sad for HBO boxing, you know? And then I even seen someone said like, oh, nobody should be happy that HBO boxing is gone. Listen, you guys do whatever the fuck you want, but you're not going to tell me how to feel. You know, why am I going to sit around when I warned HBO, you know, like not warn them on some street shit, but I warned them that, you know, you got to give back more. You got to promote better. We need some honest commentary. Let's take a look at Harold Lederman's scorecards. Why am I going to sit around? Yes, I have fond memories with HBO. You know, Mike Tyson was on the network, classic Floyd fights, Floyd versus, you know, all these guys, Corrales, and, you know, I have a ton of Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward. You know, I have a ton of fond memories. Vitaly Klitschko, Lennox Lewis, ton of fond memories. But I'm not sitting up here. Would you want me to cry? I'm going to cry. They made their decision. They made their bed. The fans spoke out. People with voices in this game like me spoke out. DBN spoke out. They didn't listen. So why am I going to sit up here and sulk? It's not like HBO boxing somebody died. You know what I'm saying? Like in the physical, like we lost a life. They did not stay current. So what you want me to do? You know, yes, I have great memories with HBO. They had some good fights and they led the charge for a long time. But I told you guys, HBO, they started having agendas. They started making decisions that didn't make sense for the product. So this was, you know, it's like you see someone drinking heavily every single day. Say, hey bro, you got a problem. You doing coke, you drinking every day, you know, you're missing work now because you're not getting up in time because you're so hungover. You're shaking and quivering. If you don't have alcohol, you need to get help. You know, I'll take you. You know, this is the extent of what new media has done with HBO. We told you, you got to start celebrating some of these black fighters, some of these American fighters. You know, you got to stop going against the grain with your own narratives to promote only foreign fight. Listen, I don't care where you're from. If you could scrap, you could scrap. That's it. You know. But it was very abundantly clear that HBO got to a point where it was almost like they were never going to give, if it's an American black fighter or just an American fighter in general or a certain style, they would never give that praise that they would give foreign fighters who fought different. You know what I mean? And I just, again, why would I cry? I seen this coming a long time ago. You know, people are like, oh, nobody should be happy. I never said I was happy, you know, but it is what it is. You have to evolve in this game. They were blatantly biased. I mean, I think they showed a lot of favoritism towards Triple G. And then you recently hear Abel Sanchez do an interview with Reddit, and he even called him biased. That's bad. When they're being biased for your fighter and he's saying they're even biased. It's a terrible look. Terrible. How are they going to be biased, in my opinion, show favoritism or be biased towards your fighter, and then the trainer of that fighter is saying like, this is the most biased, Max Kellerman's the so biased, HBO's biased, I don't even watch their commentary. That's bad. You know, because a lot of times they were sticking up for Triple G, you know, and force feeding us. And, you know, it came back to bite them. They didn't stay current. They had an opportunity. Listen, they should have did some major overhauls, renovate. They had no game play. Like, it's like, have you ever watched a fighter? And, you know, these are the fights that piss me off. When I see a guy who I know has the skill set, who I know can fight, and I know this guy at his best, if he fights the right way, using what he has, he could probably beat this other guy, like this other cat. You know, he could beat him. But the guy's no identity, no game plan, and he's not using what he does well. Like, he has a great jab and a left hook, but he's not using it. You know, that's HBO. HBO, they didn't have to lose this battle in that way, but they made poor decision after poor decision after poor decision, and they weren't doing right by the boxing fan, you know. So, what do you expect to happen? That's business. You can't just keep, having. And I told you, HBO's commentary has been super biased for quite some time now, but people dealt with it because they were the only ones in town with the most fights, the poppin'est fights, and or meaningful fights that we wanted to see. But here lies the problem. People aren't going to deal with that when there's competition. That's what Showtime, that's what Al Haymon did. That's what New Media did. We challenge different things. That's when we see what you're made of, when there's competition. Do you get what I'm saying? That's when we see the true you. Are you going to bend and fold and wave the white flag, or are you going to rise to the occasion and say, I'm still here, motherfucker? And we seen what HBO boxing decided to do. That's why competition is healthy. Competition is good. All these little YouTube channels and shit taking shots at me, that's good. That keeps me at my best because I know what I bring to the table. I know how hard I work. I'm not going to let somebody else dirty up my name. So I like competition. That keeps me at, just like Floyd Mayweather. That keeps Floyd sharp, knowing that these young cats want to take his spot, want to make him look crazy, want to make it look like everything he's saying is biased. That's what they do. These guys want to beat Floyd and prove, and I'm the first to stop Floyd. So I like competition. Bring pressure, bring the pressure, bring the heat. Talk crazy about me. Say I bought subs. We'll see who outlasts who. They've been saying the same shit. Oh, Ego's biased. Oh, look at his bitch ass. Look at the hot seat. Ego's a bitch. He sucks. He don't know shit. All he does is block people. Then why are we winning? You know what I'm saying? Why are we winning? Why are we doing super chat? Why are we doing the livest live gates? Why are people still checking in? I got people, they checking in like a doctor's appointment, And with these other channels, they checking out like a library book. Why? Because we control the narrative. Because you're never going to get through life and everything's just 100% smooth. There will be challenges, hating ass motherfuckers and different shit, obstacles that are going to be in front of you. But you can't be worried about that. You got to be worried about your vision. Somewhere along the lines, HBO, they lost their vision. They weren't doing right by boxing fans. Like, what are you doing? How we have no face-off for Canelo 1 and 2, but we had a Canelo versus Amir Khan fight. Listen, I didn't even want to see the Amir Khan fight. I don't even know I went to Vegas. I lost money. Straight up. I got a credential and lost money going to Canelo Khan because nobody cared about that fight. Since we're being real, HBO owed me some money. I fuck around, lost money, spending a trip, hotel for a 5-day for a fight motherfuckers didn't even really care about. I didn't get no astronomical views. Straight up. I lost my HBO. You owe me before you leave the game. You owe me for going to Las Vegas to go cover Canelo versus Amir Khan. Nobody was checking for that like that. People knew what the outcome is. No disrespect to either fighter, but it just wasn't what boxing needed. It wasn't what Canelo weight division needed. So it's been coming. It's been a long time coming. Crawford, Victor Postol, good fight for 140. But why we got to pay pay-per-view for that? And then I look over across the street, Showtime, they got Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman on CBS and shit. Sean Porter and Keith Thurman on CBS and shit. Errol Spence knocking out Bundu and Heat. That's Bundu right now. He turned Bundu into Chucky when he didn't want motherfuckers to know he was alive and shit. Bundu. Hi, I'm Bundu. Wanna play? Hey, Andy. Hey, John. You shouldn't leave things around your own personal mojo, Doc. Sure. How you want it? Broken Lake? You know what I'm saying? Why? What are we talking about? It's not fucked up. It's a fact. Bundu was right here with it. Like, hey, get up, dog. Bundu, get up, dog. You know what I'm saying? So what am I supposed to cry? Because I have memories with HBO? What you want me to do? I seen this coming. They stopped doing right by the fans. Show must go on. Boxing ain't. Listen, Showtime's having their best years. HBO could have been having good years, but they didn't make the right decision. You fuck around and piss Bob Arum off. He took his fighter. So you already lost Al Haymon fighters, which was a huge hit to you. Then you fuck around and lose fucking Bob Arum. Listen, I don't always agree with Bob Arum, but I respect that motherfucker. Let me tell you why I respect Bob Arum, even though I don't always agree. Sometimes he be saying stuff. I know I don't really trust it, but I respect him because Bob Arum, true Jewish businessman, he will wiggle his ass into this game. You see, he's been out since late 60s, 70s, to my knowledge, with this Top Rank shit. He stayed current, You get Christina Poncher, pretty face, very eloquent, green eyes. She's a host. People like her. They like her commentary, right? You got good photographers. I know some of them. Shout out to them. Good photographers taking high quality pictures. You get Tim Bradley after Life After Boxing doing commentary. You get this deal with ESPN. You get Andre Ward, another person who knows how to talk this game, who could do what I'm doing right now and get on this mic right here and bless the mic, Bob Arum can finagle. Bob Arum, there's no way you'll be in this business from late 60s to now if you're not wavy, if you're not evolving. So whether he's doing it himself or Todd DeBuff or just putting people, Lee Samuels, all these motherfuckers, putting them matchmakers, putting them in position, he got something because he just did a 7-year deal with ESPN. He making moves. I tried telling HBO, wait don't. And you let him get away. He got longevity, You got to respect the people who've been in there. Like, because look at Don King. Don King was popularized more so in the 80s and 90s. Who Don King got? Vanes Martirosyan, who got slept by Triple G. Bermain Stavern, who got slept, by Wilder and all that. Right? HBO let Bob get away. How you let Bob get away? Okay, it's bad enough Al Haymon, the Godfather. You let Al, the Godfather, get away with Broners and Danny Garcias and Amir Khans and Leo Santa Cruz and all these other talented Errol Spence, all these motherfuckers, right? Gary Russell. You let Bob get away. How you let Bob get away? You pissed Bob off to the point where he started looking at other options like ESPN, and now he linked up with them. He's like, man. I tried telling HBO. When Bob Arum started vocally ripping and reaming HBO, you knew he wasn't going back. And then it was like he signed a 3-year deal. Now it's a 7-year. He not going back. So now what was HBO left with? Eddie Hearn, who's a UK promoter, good promoter, but most of his business that has been established is UK fights, right? And then his biggest UK fighter, Anthony Joshua, he put him on the app, DAZN, so he got his own shit. He gave y'all Daniel Jacobs, that's my dude, but not somebody who's has the drawing power of AJ right now. I'm not undefeated like AJ. So AJ over here helping catapult DAZN and all this. And then he went over to Showtime before that. Just keep in mind, AJ was on Showtime before the DAZN shit. So what was HBO doing? What are they doing? Like, how? Like, these motherfuckers woke up, waking me up and texting me, acting, clutching their pearls. What you clutching your pearls for? Because HBO is folding. I've been told you this. There's no reason to. I wasn't shocked. They weren't doing the right things to stay afloat. How that's business. And then, the writing's on the wall, man. Canelo versus Golovkin. How's the rematch sell less than the first fight? That's a discord with your audience because maybe the clenbuterol has something to do with it. Maybe your lack of promotion that I was complaining about had something to do with it. Maybe it's your commentary that has something to do with it. Or maybe it's the total picture, But how do you do a lesser live gate and then the viewership does poorer than the first fight? Right? I mean, there's no way a business, there's no one that's going to keep siphoning money. Like, okay, let's say a street hustler named Jimbo, right? Jimbo, he's like, man, I got this money. I got this little empire. and you like, okay, I want to start a dry cleaning service. I want a dry clean business. And he's fronting you the cash because he got it like that. He loses 10,000 fucking with you. You're like, man, I'm gonna get you back. The dry cleaning business is gonna pick up. 2 years later, you know, he's lost 100,000 fucking with you. Ain't nobody who make money is gonna keep throwing out money and not seeing a return on their investment or barely breaking even and staying in that business. It doesn't make sense. That's why you see YouTube channels fold, right? That's exactly why. Because these dudes, they you know, a lot of them, I'm just gonna be real. Like, I can't talk about other niches. I don't know what the fuck they be doing. But I'm talking about in boxing. They say a bunch of bullshit and ultimately they're one-hit wonders. People see over time that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't evolve. They don't upgrade. They don't, you know, there's no evolution, you know. People see the gimmick, get over it, and they have no real true growth. So they stagnate. As a result, you're not going to make no money on this platform, you know. Listen, I'm out here dropping gems, talking to the people, and you asking me which YouTube channels failed. Listen, I'm not here to answer stupid shit. If you don't want to hear the message to get sidetracked with some stupid shit, I don't give a fuck about no other YouTube channel. I'm just speaking freely. So please don't interrupt with some dumb shit. Millions, social media. Worry about your millions on your social media. That's the least of my worries, what I'm talking about. Anywho, you see channels fail. Oh, why am I gonna start listing a bunch of YouTube channels that failed? You know what I'm saying? You sound like a gossip girl, like a high school type of girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, which list? Like, I'm just gonna sit up here and jog my brain about all the channels that failed. You know who the fuck is failing? You know who's doing successful in boxing on YouTube? Hey, chill out, bro. I'm a supporter of your show. No, bro, I'm not chilling out. I'm not chilling out. Bro, you took, like, you guys got to listen. See, if more people, like, listen, because I listen to my OGs. I listen to people who came before me. If more people listen when gems are being dropped instead of, like, trying to get sidetracked with the most mundane, like, minute points, then you'll get the bigger picture. It doesn't matter what channels failed. Bottom line, my point is this. There's YouTube channels in boxing that have gimmicks and say little shit, make some money for a period of time, but they don't have longevity because of the overall, they're not growing. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't keep up with the times. There's no evolution to what they're doing. People get tired of that. You know, people see my struggle. They see me from the mud. They see me different. This microphone that I have right now is not the microphone I started with. This is a much better microphone now than when I first started. You get what I'm saying? So you got to evolve. You got to keep up with the times. That's my whole point. You know, I'm not out here listing who's failed. You guys do the research. You got to stay current. You know? So if everybody, like, for example, everybody in Hollywood, like, let's say headshots. Here's it, because I did some acting shit, right? Not like SAG card and all that, but I was into acting. I was really trying to, you know, push the envelope. Back in the day, hold on. I can't just be dropping these gems. Let me see where these likes are. If y'all want these gems, can I get a hell yeah? And let's see where these likes are. You know, y'all been interrupting me and all this. Okay. We got to get them like. We have 48 likes and 200 people in here. We got to crank that up if you want this to continue. Y'all just listening, and that's great, but we need this. We need to get this work up. Y'all got to smash that like button. We need to be a lot closer to 100 right now than we currently are. If y'all want me to continue, can I get a hell yeah? Y'all got to wake up. This is the Vampire Stream. We don't get tired around these parts. We just keep going and going and going. Energizer Bunny. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to keep going, but please, y'all got to hit that like button. So, my thing is this. I was into acting. Like, you know, took drama classes, stuff like that. I was really going to, like, try to get my SAG card and all this stuff, right? the industry standard back in the day, and before me, was to have headshots professionally shot in black and white, right? That was the Hollywood standard. It's like, oh, black and white, and it shows your cheekbones or whatever. That's what they wanted. So if you were going for a casting call or whatever, they wanted professionally shot headshots with your name on it, shot at a real photography studio in black and white. Fast forward to 2018, I'm pretty sure that they want color now. Black and white is kind of a thing in the past. There's different. Back in the day, people used to have disposable cameras. Nobody uses that shit now. Nobody goes to. I remember back when I was a kid and shit. You would go to Disneyland or somewhere, go to the Grand Canyon, take pictures, cha-ching, cha-ching, have a disposable camera, take that shit to Walmart, or take the roll of film out, and then take that shit to Walmart, Target, or somewhere and get it developed. And then Walmart calls you, hello, your pictures are here, right? Ain't nobody doing that shit right now. Like, who the fuck does that? Who do you know that doesn't have a cell phone on a camera on their cell phone, that's really going to Disneyland with an old school film camera, unless someone's just doing someone's like a professional photographer and they want to shoot on the different styles, for vintage looks and shit like that. I'm talking about everyday Cindy, Joe, and Bob. Nobody does that shit. Just like I said with the headshots, black and white was the standard, right? Now, I'm pretty sure that the casting people, they want color photos because they're at a different spot. You got to stay current and you got to keep up with the time. So if you might fuck around and get laughed at, if I don't know, I'm not a casting agent, but if you go to Hollywood with some black and white photos, they might laugh you out. Like, look at this. He's still look at the ego. Your name's Ego, right? He still uses black and white photos. Like, Rachel, come look at these headshots. Don't say nothing. Just look at these headshots, Like, what the fuck y'all laughing at? Because I came in there with some black and white headshot. That's HBO. HBO in terms of boxing. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck y'all look at me if I'm doing live streams and, I'm doing live streams and then somebody call me and I got a flip phone and I'm like, hello? You'd be like, what the fuck? This dude still got a flip phone? He got a BlackBerry Sidekick? You know what I'm saying? You got a Nokia? Like, what would you say if you seen me in front of the Staples Center for the Wilder Fury, the Wilder Fury press conference, and I'm selling DVDs? I got a trench coat and I'm like, yeah, man, you want the new X-Men Dark Phoenix? Like, this shit ain't even out. Yeah, but I got a copy right here. You would be like, what the fuck? Who is this? Who's this dude? I got Brandon Lee's The Crow on DVD. Like, ain't no, bruh. Rest in peace, Brandon Lee, but I'll go to Best Buy to buy that. You tripping. Different times. And if you don't keep up, like I said, you become a relic. It's that simple. Yeah, I got that Betamax. I got that laser disc, the VCR. I remember my parents had this. They had a VHS. It was like a little plastic thing. Do you put the VHS, big ass Walt Disney VHS tape in, push it in, and then push it down like a toaster, and it would just simply rewind the VHS movie for you. Remember that? Remember when you had to go to Blockbuster and you would get charged and shit if you didn't rewind a fucking movie? They don't even have shit like that. And I know some of you young cats, you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I remember the video store, it'd be like, they would like try to make you feel bad and shit if you didn't rewind the movie back because somebody else get it in the end credits. They hit play and the end credits would start showing up. And they would try to make you feel bad on the movie case. Be kind, rewind. Like, they try to make you feel bad for the shit. Motherfucker talking about be kind, rewind. Like, fuck you, I'm taking this shit, but this movie sucked. Fuck Critters 6. I ain't rewinding shit. You know what I'm saying, man? Fucking Ninja Turtles 3 was whack. I ain't rewinding a motherfucking thing. I'm taking this shit back like this, bro. Ninja Turtles 3 was whack as fuck. I like The Secret of the Ooze, and I like the first jaunt. But that third one, get all the way. Didn't they travel in time? Get all the way the fuck out of here. Y'all didn't even have the CGI technology to even pass this idea through. That motherfucker, who directed Ninja Turtles 3? Like, get all the way the fuck. They was high as fuck. Like, hey, we go have the Ninja Turtles. We gonna have them travel in time. They gonna be on trains and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Three Ninjas, that was my shit. Rocky loves Emily. Rocky loves Emily. I remember that shit, but it got out of control. I think Hulk Hogan was in one of them. It was like three ninjas. And motherfuckers was in college or something stupid. Colt Tum Tum, like Tum Tum, he strung out on coke and shit. Like, bro, stop these movies. You know, they try to come out with a Home Alone 6. Like, motherfucker, how many times he gonna be home alone? Fuck you mean? You got some dumbass parents. They leave you home alone 6 times. Stupid ass parents. Dumbass little bitch. You gonna leave the same kid home alone 6 times. You a forgetful ass parent. Stupid ass parent. You know he like cheese pizza. You still gonna get pepperoni. Fuck out of here. Yeah, movies like that, you can't just keep doing them. Unless it's a reboot. Talking about Home Alone 6. Oh, Kevin! Like, man, fuck Kevin. He been home alone. He been home alone enough times to know what the fuck. He thwarted some bad guys, got away from the wet bandits 6 times. He aight. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your trip. You go all the way to Paris and all that shit. He all right. He bringing bitches to the crib. That's a real Home Alone. Macaulay wouldn't have been fighting burglar. He would have been trying to smash something. Especially with these new millennials. They've been listening to XX Tentacion, trying to, yeah, mom's left the crib though. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you come through? Home Alone nowadays would be a whole different Home Alone. Motherfucker been putting on cologne trying to impress the little chick. You know what I'm saying? I need that Bad Boys 3 for sure. That's my shit. You're forgetting that they want to remake Home Alone with Will Smith's son, Jaden. He ain't even young anymore. What the fuck? I never heard that. He already did the Karate Kid. He would have had to do it around that time. Jaden Smith been through hella shit. Motherfucker was homeless, in pursuit of happiness, sleeping in the bathroom. You know, he was trained by Mr. Miyagi or some shit, Jackie Chan, Karate Kid. He went outer space. After Earth, now he home alone again. Like, how you go from space to you home alone? Like, if you can hang in space, then you good home alone too, man. Get out of here. Anyway, back to this HBO stuff. It's just like, I don't even understand why people are surprised unless you didn't believe what new media was telling you. Because I tried to tell you. You know what I mean? Someone's talking about cutting off their dick. I don't even know where the conversation is going. Simon, he says, you're lame. That's what's up. You know what's funny? I've been doing this for a minute. And these motherfuckers be coming out. Hold on. I've been doing this for a minute. And these motherfuckers be coming out with the most basic of disses. Shut up. You're lame. Like, that's it? Man, I've been doing this for a minute. I'm expecting some, like, heat. Motherfucker just said, you're lame. He said, you're lame. Oh, shit. You got me with the good old lame. Lame. Like, weak-ass insults. They got these Terminator level insults, just hella basic. Fuck you, asshole. You lame. Get your ass tomorrow. Like, fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, cyborg ass insults. Your keys, your boots, give them to me. Fuck you, asshole.
Yeah, what are you doing? 2 weeks.
Like, you a fucking cyborg. They got like 3 disses. You're lame. Fuck you, asshole. I don't know where the HBO fighter's gonna go. I really don't. Shit, fuck the fighter. Where Jim Lampley going? You think Showtime won him with that buy? Bang, bang, bang. Like, what you clay pigeon shooting? What's all them bang bangs and extra shit? Are you playing laser tag and shit? Bang, bang, paintball guns and shit. Bang, bang, bang. Fucking Jim Lampley is a mumble rapper. Let's just be real. All them fucking Migos sound effects he be doing watching the fight. And I get animated. I get animated when I watch fight, but that motherfucker doing mumble rapper like bang, bang, brr, bang. Hit the Golovkin. That mother bang. Hold on, we need a mumble. I'm gonna show y'all Jim Lampley. Hold on, we're gonna put this stuff up. Make sure y'all smash the like button. I'm gonna show y'all Jim Lampley how he be watching the fights. Oh my god. Make sure y'all smash the like button. We gonna do that. This is Jim Lampley, a mumble rapper. I don't even know what I clicked on. Hey. Bang. Brr. Hit him. Bang, bang. Pull up with the... hold on. I gotta hit a drop. Hey. Brr. With the bang, bang. Hit him with the stick. Hit him with the stick. Hit him with the bang, bang. Hit him with the stick. This is Becky. Oh my. This shit is kind of dumping a little bit. Bang, bang. Hey, these producers be... okay. I'll be fucking with these producers on here. Pull up. Get him. Bang, bang. I told you that HBO coming to grip the I'm gripping the grip. Hitting the nigga with stick in the bit. Stick in the bitch. Stick in the club and the grip in the bang. Bang, bang. Hitting the bang. Hitting the bit. I'm coming to get in the quick. Bang. Hit you with bang. Hit you with bang, bang. Hit you with the grip. Hit you with the stick. Bang, bang. I told you Jim Lampley a mumble rapper. Manny Pacquiao. He getting up, hitting up. Hold on, I don't like that part. I gotta hit the right beat, you know, to hit y'all with that bang bang. Smash the like button. It's too slow for me. Hey, hit him. Hit him with the bang. I'ma hit him with the bang bang. Hit him with that bang bang. Hit him with that bang bang. Max. Hey Max. Get him. Stick him. I pull up. Hit him with Max. Hit him with Max and I'm Roy in the Mac. Hit him with Nike. Hit him with Nike the Air Max. Bang bang. Bang bang. These beats is... hey. Hold on. I need... see, I like that. If it's gonna be like a trap beat, I like a little bit faster. Oh, this shit sound... yeah. Taking your bitch. I'm taking your bitch. Taking your bitch with bang bang. Taking your bitch with bang bang. Taking your bitch... oh my... hey, taking your bitch with bang bang. Taking your bitch... hit him with stick. I pull up and hit him with quick. Stendo in the clip. Hit him with bang bang. Now this shit kind of hit him with bang bang. Bang bang. Watching the fight game. Gang gang. Watching the fight game. Gang gang. Hit him with bang bang. Hey. They got some hard ass producers. Let's get back to the show. We watching the fight game. Gang gang. I pull up your bitch in the. Let's stop. Told you Jim a mumble rapper. All that bang bang extra shit. I said it's gang gang. We watching the fight game. DW, you sound like a fucking idiot. It's been 40 minutes and still no talk about boxing. What is this? Why are you here though? Why are you here then? If I've been on here for 40 minutes, so you watched this for 40 minutes, didn't get what you wanted, and stayed here. That's what you're telling me. Why are you here? DW. That stands for dumb wanderer. What you talking about? Bro, just stop. Fucking DW. Disney Walt looking ass. What the fuck is a DW? I'm waiting to see if you. So you waited 40 minutes to see if I was talking about boxing. You didn't get it and you stayed here. Then while you're hating, Eric Santos dropped that $10 bang bang. So you are horrible. You wait in the stream for 40 minutes to not hear the conversation, but you stayed. So you don't have no kids? Your baby don't need no milk or nothing? You just decided to stay and listen to see. They look dumb either way. You see how they try to flip it on me? Okay, now bro, DW, you can't win this one. Now he says, no, I came back. So you left and you disappeared for a period of time. Then you came back and then you lied and said 40 minutes and we ain't talk about boxing. How you know we ain't talk about boxing if you left and came back? Oh my gosh, these dudes. This is what I'm telling you. This is why HBO out of business. This is why old media is drowning. Because listen to that logic. Either way, in your attempt to win, you still can't win. Because that sounds stupid. So you admitted now that you were here and then you left for a period of time. Because you know you would sound dumb if you stayed for 40 minutes and complaining. So now you admitted that you were here and then you left and came back. So how you know? Block DW. He said he's trolling. We got something for you. We got something for your trolling that. We're going to put you right back under that bridge with the rest of the trolls. And Mike says DW stands for dick waxer. Hey, bruh. Y'all tripping. Now he's trying to say he's trolling because he knows he can't win that one. These dudes be goofy. I'm telling you. If you want to survive, remember with Ice Cube, how to survive in South Central, how to survive in the hot seat. If you want to survive, it got to make sense. That's it. Anyway, they be lying. They be here for all the jokes and the entertainment. And they be like, oh, I've been here for 40 minutes. No boxing talk. Why are you here then? Okay. Anyway, HBO, like I said, why would I cry over this stuff when, yes, you know, they have made their mark in the sport. But the thing is, they stop. It's just like, let's say a relationship. You know, when you be in a relationship and you just arguing, right? If you met somebody and when you first met, y'all clicked. She was great to you. You know, she made you feel good. Sex was great. She would cook. She would listen to your problems, help you. You needed money. She would help you. You know, she would just be there for you. If somewhere along the lines, she stops doing those things that made you like her, would you stay with her? All of a sudden, she's not having sex with you. All of a sudden, she don't want to hear your problems or be there, shoulder to cry on. She doesn't care. You have to fend for yourself. The way she used to hold your hand is no longer there. She doesn't want to go on dates. She's boring. She was positive and now she's negative. She doesn't cook. I mean, do you want to stay in that? You know, this is the same thing with HBO. Very similar. And to my women that watch the channel, I love y'all. Come to Death Row, baby. Hey, Faith is my homegirl. Come to Death Row. Same question goes to y'all. If you were with a man, when you met him, he was ambitious. He was trying to work on a clothing line and, you know, he was very responsible. He treated you like a queen. And then over time, the true him, or he changed or whatever, and the true him, he turned into, he was irresponsible. He wanted to sit around the house and play video games. He was a slouch. He was a scrub. A scrub is the guy who thinks he's fine, also known as a buster, right? He's a scrub. He leaving his dirty socks unmated on the ground, not doing his clothes. Motherfucker stank, you know. He got skid marks in his drawers, right? He started getting verbally abusive. He started getting physically abusive. He's on some Ike Turner shit. Oh, you gonna eat the cake, anime, you gonna eat the cake. You know, you're like, nah, I'm good off the cake. And he's like, oh yeah, you gonna eat the cake, anime. Like, putting the cake all, yeah, this some good ass cake. This some good ass cake, anime. Like, it's a whole different situation. So yeah, we all have great memories with HBO, and remember, oh yeah, put some steak on it. You gonna eat the cake, anime? Mushing the cake in your shit. Well, this is not what I signed up for. Same thing with HBO. So what the fuck? What y'all want me to do? HBO turned to Ike Turner. Stop giving me what you was giving me in the beginning. So you know what you want me to do? Yeah, you. This some good ass cake. Anybody want some cake? This some good ass cake. You gonna eat the cake, anime? Eat the cake. Like. HBO stopped being HBO boxing. Everything I've known HBO boxing for, slowly but surely started getting progressively worse. Their video production stayed high quality, but they start giving me less of it. What about one? Or like they start giving me less of it. So we went from 24/7s being something I anticipated to several fights. I didn't even watch the 24/7. I watched Canelo Golovkin, but there were several fights. 24/7 was my shit. Like, I used to fuck with 24/7. I remember watching it. Shane Mosley, he's like Mayweather in bed with his. I remember specific. So I have fond memories with HBO too. Mayweather and the daughter. He's with his daughter, Money Yaya, you know, in bed and shit. And he was like, "It's okay, baby." He's like, Shane Mosley. He got a fake nose. He got a plastic nose. He looked like Mr. Potato Head. It's okay. And then Shane Mosley was at the press conference with a green shirt, and Floyd Mayweather was like, "Why he wearing green? Why he wearing green? I'm Money May. You broke. You ain't got no money." He looking like Avatar. You know, I'm a gorilla. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a gorilla. Right? He's like, Victor Ortiz. He gonna say in the Maidana fight, "Oh, I wasn't really myself that night. Oh, I wasn't near myself. I wasn't really there that night. Oh, you was there. You was there, motherfucker. You was there getting your ass whooped." You know? 24/7, the face off, you know, Cotto was Cotto pulled out. See, I fuck with Cotto. Cotto's not like Mayweather in terms of like, but you could tell he just Cotto's super serious. He pulled out the iPad on Margarito, you know. He's like, "So you mean you do tell me you no cheat?" And then motherfucker pulled out an iPad, and he was like, "What the fuck was this? Who the fuck is this?" He was like, "What is this shit on your rap?" He's like, no more rap. Do not do that. I have fought many a time, and you know, Cotto was in that ass like Margarito. You was cheating. That's why I lost. He's like, if you look at my face and the blood, and he hit me, and I remember my wife. She in the crowd, and I see her in Yankee Stadium. You know, so I remember these moments. I stopped. Like, I'm not even like that, but there's some HBO 24. I don't even watch. I don't even know if they did one for Canelo Khan, but I didn't watch it if they did. You know, so you know they got away from their programming. What you want me to do? Miguel Cotto got one facial expression. It's this. Cotto, no matter happy, sad, bothered. Cotto wins the lottery. Cotto's pissed off. Going through a divorce. Mad at Margarito. Horny. That's fucking Cotto. He has one, like, I don't know if he got, I don't know what, it motherfucker, it don't matter what he's going through. It's like, you feel me, Cotto? You look at him, he, like, damn, my shit funny, Cotto. You know that joke was funny. Cotto gives no fucks. Like, can you laugh, dog? I know this shit. Cotto fuck around, have you second guessing. Like, I know my shit be funny. Fuck y'all. You know, but Cotto be having you second guess your joke. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter who you are. You could be Kevin Hart or whoever. Okay, now, yeah, she wasn't ready. Ain't that right, Cotto? Like, you dead, motherfucker? What's it? Laugh at my shit. My shit funny. Fuck y'all. I meet my wife at Yankee Stadium. He is like, hey, Cotto, who's the best person? Cotto's wife is fired. Like, no disrespect, but yeah, she got that. But like, was Mayweather the toughest fighter for you, Cotto? He was talking a lot of shit, and you were talking shit. What do you think? I believe I make it. Okay, this how you know Cotto. I don't know. Shout out to a legend, Cotto. He be talking in third person too. Like, who's your toughest fight, Cotto? If Miguel Cotto had too big, I believe it would be Cotto think. Like, what you mean Cotto think? Motherfucker, Cotto's you. What you talking about? Cotto think. Like, you are Cotto. He is I and I am him. Miguel Cotto. Like, hey, Cotto, you a wild boy, Cotto. This motherfucker ordering food in third person and shit. Like, hey, welcome to Five Guys Burgers. What would you like? Miguel Cotto want cheeseburger. I do with bacon. I believe Miguel Cotto like cheeseburger. Like, motherfucker, you don't have to say Miguel Cotto like cheese, but just say cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Miguel Cotto want a side of fry. I want a side of fry. Like, what you mean Miguel Cotto want a side of fry? Motherfucker, you Cotto. We know. You don't have to be at work. He be at Kinko's with a name tag and shit. Like, we see the name tag. You don't have to keep saying, Miguel Cotto say your total is $10.50. Like, you could have just said $10.50 is the total. You didn't have to say. Oh my God. Why do these dudes stalk me, bro? Slave it. Why you on my nuts like this, yo? Ego, you a bitch, man. Bro, listen, I'm a bitch. I'm a vlogger, bro. Like, I don't understand it. Like, okay, I'm gonna be in LA. Like, what y'all want my schedule for the month? Like, I'm all types of bitches and shit on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And then when you pull up and I got that stick. No, I'm just playing. No, I don't condone violence. I just encourage it. No, I'm just kidding about everything that I'm saying right now. Because that would be incriminating. You know what I'm saying? These dudes be... Please block Slave It. I don't even care what he's talking about right now. He said, hey, Ego, guess what? What? I'm a bitch. Is that the joke? Anyway, he fucking it up. I was doing Cotto impressions, and this motherfucker come in with the dumb shit. Get off my tip. Motherfucker, the Bill Cosby of trolls. Like, fuck. No means no, motherfucker, leave. I would like to be in the live stream with the chat, talk to all of y'all. The Eagles are like, fuck, Bill, you fucking Cosby ass troller. Leave me the fuck alone. Fucking Cavignon, like, no me, no man. Shit. Shout out to D, man, my shooter. Bitch, don't kill my mind. Bitch, don't kill my mind. Like, you fucking. Listen. for the first time, like I know punk bitch, but for the first time, I feel women when they tell stories now, like when they're talking about how I just crazy guy. Like I just listen, and feel bad and shit, but I never understood. It's true, because if dudes are doing this to another dude, like won't give up and hate rejection that much, where he blocked me, I'm gonna make a video about him, this motherfucker, doing all this, then I know some of y'all, when you get rejected by females, is doing this. Crazy. I'm just saying, what I'm saying basically is I get stalked by men, like in the virtual world. Anyway, that motherfucker fucked up all my jokes. I was on a roll with the Cotto. Hey, ego, guess what? It's me, slave. Like, shut your dumb ass up. Look, they on Tinder, man. See, my life is real. Look, they all like your boy, man, on Tinder. Shit, I ain't going on Tinder no more. Fuck that. Plenty of fish, all that shit. I just have the account. I don't even go. Like, I don't even check it, because plenty of fish. That shit. Plenty of whales. Them motherfuckers look like sharks. Doom doom, doom 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 doodaloo. Like, hell nah. I don't trust some of these online dating shits. Like, you start looking at heights and shit. Like, damn, bitch, you 5'13" and shit. You a dude. You know what I'm saying? Built like a transformer, hella squared ass like feature. Hey, hell no. You Bumblebee. Fuck that. I'm not meeting up with you. Hell no. You look like Optimus Prime. You built like Optimus Prime. Bitch. Sam, there's much. I don't even know how Optimus Prime be talking. Sam, there's much you don't know. Like, nah, bitch, you a dude. Caitlyn looking at it. But anyway, shout out to everybody. I don't, that's just not my thing. Yeah, plenty of whales. Fuck all that. Anyway, they gonna try to get us banned. Hey, stay off them dating apps, man. I don't know. I'm paranoid. Cause you heard what happened to Young Buck and shit. They try to get Young Buck. It was like I'm saying it was like a transformer. They try to get Young Buck. She did a diss song and shit, a rap against him. Man, you ain't gonna have me crossed up in no weirdo stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about shorty want to ride with, man. That's a sir. That ain't no shorty. That's sir want to ride with you. Cause I don't know if it's true with the Buck shit. I don't know the detail, but if there's no way you couldn't tell that wasn't, for me, I could tell instantly. She was like, yeah, Young Buck, like, hell no. I know that's not a female. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if what she's claiming is true, but if you trying to act like you did, if it is, that was someone said a Decepticon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, I don't want to say no more. Motherfuckers try to call the FCC on me and shit. Anyway. Oh shit. Almost choked. A block Melvin Clark. Fake ass baby boy. Melvin. That motherfucker come out. Block Melvin Clark. Please get him out of here. I'm not playing with no games with these dudes no more. Who Hamza? Whose name keep getting? Oh, this is the late night show. Whose name keep getting? Hey, Hamza, don't unhide the dude. Fuck no. He put him back in the casket. I don't know why you unhid him. Motherfucking name is Melvin. They don't even have believable names. Yes, this is Cecil. It's me, Melvin. Psych, it's Slave it. Like, motherfucker, we knew. Cause I ain't met no one named Melvin since '93. I ain't even met no motherfucker named Melvin. Anyway, let's get. They trying to get me distracted. This is funny though. I'll give you guys that. Smash the like button. But overall, I just seen HBO boxing. The unfolding. You know, it was starting to unravel. Like, do you guys understand? On one of the most, probably their last telecast, Jim Lampley, he was like, "I'm Jim Lampley. We go to Harold Lederman for his unofficial scorecard." This motherfucker said, "Okay, Jim. I don't know who's winning, but I have Triple J." What? Wait. He literally said something like that. Like, he said he didn't know who. They said, just go watch the telecast. I'm not lying, bro. Boys and girls or whatever. Jim Lampley was like, "We go to Harold Lederman for our unofficial scorecard. How do you have it? Harold?" He was like, "Okay, Jim. I don't know. I have Golovkin winning." How don't you know? Like, what was you doing? You was playing tic-tac-toe? You was macking some bitches? Like, what was you doing? Like, HBO don't even have like a busy schedule. So if you had to know what you were doing, you had like one day in the last 2 months where you had to like be on point. Okay, like they need to start showing Harold Lederman. You know, well, it's too late now because they going out of business. But they should have showed him, because I'm pretty sure he was in the back with the catered food or some shit. Because they need a camera on Harold Lederman, because you're not showing him. So I'm not believing that he's even ringside anymore. The motherfucker getting extra mashed potatoes in the break. Okay, Jim, we got like you ain't even ringside anymore. The motherfucker eating potato salad and shit. Okay, Jim, I have it. where like they need a camera on Harold. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking echoes and shit. Okay, Jim. They show Harold, he in the Grand Canyon and shit, watching Will Smith jump for his 50th birthday. Like, bro, why are you in the Grand Canyon right now? I wanted to see Will Smith. He's jumping for his 50th. Oh my God, Harold, where'd you get this scorecard? How you scoring at the Will Smith Grand Canyon jump, my guy? How are you scoring the fight with Canelo and Golovkin too? And you watching the Fresh Prince jump from a helicopter? Let me know that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker watching Star Wars with Donald Glover, you know, fucking Solo and shit in the back talking about, okay, Jim. Like, what the fuck? Was that Darth Vader? We got a hot seat. I can't wait. Listen, bro, you guys have nothing to say to me. Michael Echeverria, he says, "Why you hating on HBO so much?" What am I hating on? You let me know what I'm hating on. You're in the hot seat. Let's go. What did I hate on? Because there's probably dumb motherfuckers like you that said I was hating on them when I was just speaking my mind and saying, hey, they got to ramp it up. They got to do this and that. And now they wave the white flag. And now you still say I'm hating on them. So you let me know. You got one response, Michael Echeverria. What did I hate on? What do you disagree with? Finish his rookie. He about to get this work. I'm telling you, they just want to say it. Look, he put crying emojis. Is that an acceptable response? Should we block him or should I give him another opportunity? He putting crying emojis instead of answering the question. You guys decide his fate. Should I give him another opportunity or is that an automatic L and we just move on? You see? They always accuse me of all this shit and then I ask them a simple question. You know, I just said, what do you disagree with? He starts laughing. So you tell me who won. All right, shooters, get rid of him. Fans spoke. They said get him out of here. Bro, I don't understand why at this point, we've been doing this long enough. Shut your bitch ass up. How convenient. So you start lying and then you say shut your bitch ass up. Still ain't answered the question. So you could put 2 responses, not one of them answers the question. Rumble, young man, rumble. What I tell you, hot seat, another one meets defeat, gets beat. What else can I say? You guys see it. You see? Answer the question. Ha 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 ha. Answer the question. Shut your bitch ass up. Okay. I'll shut up and let you answer the question that you not answering. I'll shut up so you can answer that. Still don't do it, you know? So I don't understand after all this time I've been doing this and, you know, they still come for me. This doesn't make me look bad. What would make me look bad is if you were talking more sense than me and you jammed me up and had me looking foolish saying the wrong facts or things, saying them as facts that weren't really facts. You never answering the question and then saying shut your bitch ass up, that does nothing to me. Like, that doesn't do anything. Nobody's like, oh yeah, Ego got, that dude killed him in the hot seat. Nobody's saying that because, you know, that, like Jay said, your little shots couldn't reach me. I'm way above your aim. That doesn't really do nothing. It only makes me look better. It just only makes me look like I'm conquering another hot seat victim. Pause. You know, we only get, it was like wine. We just keep getting better with time. When will these dudes realize? All we have to do is have a debate. All you have to do is, how can you, like, it's mind boggling in boxing. How can you say something and then someone challenges you, right? And says, explain what you said, and they can't do it? You can't even, so that you got Tourette's or something? You're just saying stuff because you can't even elaborate on what you just said. Pablo, you about to get blocked. You're not coming in here changing the narrative. If you don't like it, go to whoever else happens to be streaming during vampire hours. You don't control anything. You're not Pablo Escobar. Your name is Pablo Alameda, you know, not Pablo Escobar. You don't control nothing. This is not the life of Pablo. It's called Boxingego. Can we just talk boxing? Can you just leave if you don't like what's being said? Because it's not going to change. That's what I'm trying to tell you dudes. It won't change. We talk. It ain't that serious. Then why'd you say it? You can just talk about whatever you just want to talk about on your channel. Hey, Slade is out of pocket. These dudes just always come in here like I can't respond and react to something that just happened. I'm giving you guys over an hour of just vampire stream, and then we talk about a movie or talk about something for 30 seconds. Get back to boxing. Okay, like, bro, if it's not that serious, then chill out, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. Let's get it. But yeah, man, this HBO thing is like, people are like, oh yeah, nobody should be happy. It's not about being happy or sad. It's about HBO stop doing the stuff that would please boxing subscribers. Therefore, I seen this coming. Therefore, I understand why it's happening. You can't coexist in a business sense without being profitable. When Canelo Golovkin, this is very telling. This might have been one of the things that really made HBO wave the white flag. Canelo Golovkin did less viewership, you know, and it did less in terms of the live gate than the first fight. That is bad. Mayweather-Maidana, some people were maybe skeptical about seeing the first fight, but then when they see how much Maidana was trying, so the second time Mayweather fought him, it did better, right? That's pretty customary, you know, especially if there's controversy and it's supposed to be 2 big stars. HBO constantly pushed a narrative, right, that nobody believes, and it comes back to bite them when stuff like that is revealed. Canelo, we know he has star power because he has a couple million plus pay-per-view buys, which is really the most in boxing, not named Floyd Mayweather. But HBO, Jim Lampley, literally after Canelo Golovkin did the fight game, and he referenced Triple G and compared him to Muhammad Ali. You know, and people were like, what the hell? So he loses and gets compared to a great like Muhammad Ali, you know, who's iconic in the sport. And then Lampley, part of his diatribe, he was saying that he said that Triple G Nation basically is not affected by this loss. You know, sometimes when you lose, you truly win. And Canelo's win at first is going to seem satisfying, but it's really not satisfying in the end, because basically Golovkin was robbed and Triple G Nation has multiplied and Golovkin is a global superstar. And then people are like acting sad because HBO is gone. What? Listen to what they're saying. Listen to how it's gotten to. It's like their commentary has dementia now or something. And I'm not, you know, making fun of people who have dementia or like making light of it, but it's literally deteriorated because you're saying your own narrative and it's not based upon anything. I'm a YouTuber. I could really get on here and say Phil Florin and filth. You know, I don't have like a company network. I am the company. Like Jay said, I'm not a business man. I'm a business man, right? I could get over here and not be responsible, and nothing really would happen, as you know, within the YouTube community guidelines, as long as I'm not doing, you know, saying like the N-word and the anti-Semitic things and shit like that, and breaking community guidelines, right? But I'm responsible for what I say. You know, I'm not out here saying things that I don't believe in. You know, I'm not out here trying to push an agenda, things like that. HBO is a $1 million company or whatever it's worth, and big and spearheaded boxing, especially for the premium network. And Lampley's going to say something that's really irresponsible, because a lot of stuff that's irresponsible because it's simply not true. You know, you have to have people that write for HBO, people who could pull up fact checks, and you know, you got people that do your makeup. You know, all you have to do is sit back and conduct the show, you know, set designers and shit. You really are just the voice and the host. People are helping you prepare that, and you're not even being responsible in your speech. You know, to say that Triple G, he was saying stuff like majority of the people had at the fight had Triple G winning. That's not an accurate statement. You know, because I know a lot of people that had Canelo winning. A lot of people maybe had Triple G winning. But just to discount all the people that had Canelo winning, when people like Andre Ward, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Marco Antonio Barrera, Miguel Cotto, Juan Manuel Marquez, Caleb Plant, the Charlo brother, Errol Spence, Derek James, Amir Khan, like, and you're just going to just relegate it to your speech says most people had Triple G winning. You notice when I did my live stream, I didn't say that. I didn't say everybody sees it my way. I didn't say nothing that strong. I'm telling you how I interpreted the fight. I didn't say I told you a list. I may have told you a list of people who've seen it similar to me, and maybe even said some people like Paulie Malignaggi who had it for the other guy. You know, Mikey Garcia, Robert Garcia had Canelo, accurate. You know, but I never said everybody had Canelo winning. You didn't see me say that stuff that strongly. But this is the stuff Jim Lampley's saying, and he got writers and people that could really do fact checks. So it's no wonder they went out of business. He said Triple G is a global superstar. That Conor McGregor is a global superstar. Triple G is good, but he's not known like Floyd Mayweather, like Prime Pacquiao, like Conor McGregor. My mom knows who all of those guys are except Triple G, to be honest. You know, and I don't know if she knows Canelo on a first name basis, but she knows Canelo as there's a Mexican boxer out there that has red hair, because like I've watched fights, you know, with my pops or something, and he was fighting. He was like on the Mayweather undercard way back when, stuff like that. Yeah, Triple G is not this global superstar like they're trying to make it. But this is what Jim Lampley's telling. So again, when your commentary is this god awful and you're saying stuff that you want to brainwash people with, it's simply not going to pan out for you. Amongst other things, Showtime killing your schedule. You're putting on fights like Igor Mikhelkin, right? And Sergey Kovalev. Like, to this day, I'm a boxing head. I cover boxing for a living. I've seen Sergey Kovalev and Ward 1 and 2. I've seen Kovalev versus Isaac Chilimba. Kovalev, Jean Pascal 1 and 2. Kovalev, Alida Alvarez. I have, to this day, not watched Kovalev versus Igor Mikhelkin because they placed it on the day of Deontay Wilder versus Luis King Kong Ortiz. And once I heard the outcome, because I was watching the more impactful fight, Wilder Ortiz, which happened to be a fight of the year, maybe even my fight of the year to beat. Once I heard the outcome that Kovalev beat him, I didn't really have an interest in going back and watching it round by round when it wasn't, I just knew the outcome. I'm not trying to sit there and watch Kovalev versus Igor Mikhelkin, when I had a lot of other things to do at that particular point. I'm making Wilder Ortiz videos and, covering fights and stuff. I'm not, I never made the time to watch Kovalev versus Igor Mikhelkin. You get what I'm saying? Like, just bad decisions like that. So it's not about being happy that HBO folded, but why should I cry when they stop? Really, it's not even like a huge loss at this point because of the commentary was horrifically biased and they weren't putting on that many fights. You guys are acting like Showtime just folded. Showtime gave us, let's play a game. I swear I'm with it. For the last 2 years, let's play. You name a dope HBO fight that happened in the last 2 years or so, and I'll name 2 Showtime fights that happened in the last 2 years or so. Or just meaningful fights. Yeah, like really good fights or meaningful fights on HBO in the last 2 years. Who wants to play in the hot seat? If you lose, you get booted. Who's up for it? So you say, Mighty Mac versus Mike Tyson, and then I'll give you two fights, that were equally good or meaningful that Showtime had. Who wants to play this game? You know the rules. Let's play. I'm doing it off the top of my head. You guys can use whatever devices you have. I'll do this all off the top of my head. So me freestyling, and in essence, you can be written. In the last 2 years. See, look at Brian. He said, I'm good. I want to stay. Because they don't want that. Because you're going to say, Lucas Matisse versus Taram Kawam. What? Okay. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. Badu Jack versus Adonis Stevenson. Cool. Sergey Kovalev, Igor Mikhelkin. Okay. Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. Broner versus Jesse Vargas. There's no way you would win. There's no way. And I'm this off the top of my head. Jorge Linares versus Mercita Hesta. Right? And I'm talking about regular HBO now because regular HBO folded. Jorge Linares versus Mercita Hesta. Okay, Joseph Jojo Diaz fighting Gary Russell. Leo Santa Cruz versus Abner Matas 2. Jermell Charlo versus Austin Trout. Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios on the same card as David Benavidez versus Ron Gavro. Broner versus Vargas fought, and Jesus Cuellar and Tank fought on the same card, along with Jamal Charlo and Hugo Centeno in an eliminator knockout. So what are we talking about? Name another HBO. I don't even remember who else did HBO. Okay, Daniel Jacobs, Mad Selesky with Gerald Miller versus whoever he fought. Marish Weck or whoever that was on the undercard on that particular fight. Okay, Jared Swift Hurd versus Edislandi Lara. Right? And I just named like 5 before. Like, there's no way you would think, in the last couple of years, so you could say Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, all the fights they did last year, Broner, Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter, Mikey Garcia versus Sergey Lipin. This is all on Showtime. Like, what are we talking about? Broner Granados, Errol Spence versus Lamont Peterson, Errol Spence versus Kell Brook, Errol Spence versus Ocampo. You know, like this is like stop it. So you know, people are like, oh, I'm so sad. I can understand being sad for the memory part, but it's been a long time coming that HBO hasn't really been providing much. You know, man, this is saving me money. After I'm gonna support Daniel Jacobs, you know, but I'll probably cancel HBO after that. Because, I mean, I really watch it for boxing, you know? And all these other dumbass, you know, not dumbass, but all these other streaming shit, you know, that's just one less thing for me to have to buy. So, I can, like, you guys are acting like HBO boxing going away. They, in essence, went away when they were still around. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they stopped putting in the energy that it takes to be competitive. You get what I'm saying? So people are like, "Oh, this is another sad day." Like we're mourning Patrick Tillman, you know, dying or something, like a soldier burial. You know, they pretty much went away when they were here, based on their schedule going from here down to here. 4 episodes of 24/7 going to 1 or none. Face off going from 1 face off per big fight to none. You know, commentary going from being kind of biased to all the way biased. You know, this is what I've been telling you. This is what I've been warning. And I would feel worse if HBO was like really trying to change it. They lived and died by the sword. I really believe that. Instead of firing certain people or reassociating them, they did like, okay, ESPN, I'll give you an example. Teddy Atlas was rubbing some of the people the wrong way. They took him off air over at ESPN. They brought in Andre Ward, Bradley, Mark Kriegel or whatever, because people, I guess, were complaining about Teddy Atlas. That's a tough decision. Atlas was on ESPN before ESPN started doing lucrative deals with Top Rank and others, you know? But ESPN, they're like, man, the way Teddy Atlas is doing these on air, whatever, we can't have him on air as the main guy anymore. You know, right or wrong, that's a decision ESPN did. HBO, you got Lampley and Harold Lederman. These scorecards and what they're saying is sounding crazy at times. You just, you know, they got seniority, so you let it ride. Okay. So live and die by the sword. You know, when people like me, Dante's Boxing Nation, were complaining about the commentary being biased, we're complaining about the lack of promotion, the lack of fights, or like just bringing it up, like, man, why didn't they do a face-off for this fight? You know, they didn't do a face-off for Ward Kovalev 1 or 2. Name, okay, what happened in the Ward Kovalev face-off? Name, okay, this is what I told you guys back then. That's why everyone keeps hitting me up saying, Ego called it. Because I did. I told you that then. I'm like, how are you not going to do a Kovalev Ward face-off? I know Ward. Ward is no punk. He got dog in him. He's from Oakland, Hayward, Bay Area. You know, y'all know about the Creed 2 Ward, you know, Danny Wheeler Ward, like, you know, about his business Ward. But I've heard stories, and I'm not going to, you know, put them all out there. But Ward with the braids and stuff, he was probably a little bit different, you know. People go through stages. Ward, go look at Ward's post. Ward will post pictures in the Bay Area. I'm just telling y'all, like, history on the Bay. It was a different time, you know, coming up. Now it's different than it was a couple years ago. The Bay used to turn up. You know, it's calmed down now. We used to go to Sideshow. I don't know about Andre Ward. I'm not speaking on him. I don't know what he was doing because he might have been in tournaments and shit. But shit, I was out here. The Bay used to turn up. It was lit. You know, you see people damn near get hit by cars at the Sideshow. You know, almost damn near lose their lives at the Sideshow. I remember being in like Oakland, and then we leave the club, and the Oakland street was just littered with people. And when people refused to leave, cops start busting guns off and spraying pepper spray. And I remember the cops were trying to get people to leave, and then fights broke out, and then the cops started just spraying. It was crazy. The streets was death row, you know. It was lit out here. It was like all types of shit. We used to go to Nations in Richmond, you know, the Denny's in Emeryville, after clubs, San Francisco club nights. I'm talking about like the hyphy era, hyphy movement. Just go look at some of Dre's old pictures. You know, I don't know if he had a grill, but he was having like the 6XTs. It was wild out here. You know, Oakland Gone Wild series, Hood to Hood DVD. Hey, niggas, stay ready. And then they'd be like, rest in peace. Man, it was a different time. Mac Dre, I'm telling you, it was lit out here. Y'all don't have to take my word for it. Hood to Hood DVD, City Nights, Club 17. It went down. I'm trying to tell y'all, you know. But Ward Kovalev, sorry, I got, you know, little Bay memorabilia. You know, rest in peace. Johnny Cash and all these people, you know, it was a different time. Ward is no punk. That's all I'm going to say. Kovalev is, you know, Ivan Drago or whoever he's trying to be. That would have been a good face-off, in my opinion. Because Kovalev speaks English, Ward speaks English, and the two didn't like each other. So talk that talk in front of the man. All right. 10th Planet's in the hot seat. Y'all keep coming for me. Y'all gonna learn. He says, Ego, I just don't get why you and DBN accuse HBO of bias, but y'all keep hyping up Wilder. Now you gotta get it. Everybody grab your popcorn. How did I hype up Wilder? What have I said about Wilder that is untrue in your opinion? Name one thing that I've said, you know, about Wilder that is 100% false since I'm hyping him up. What have I ever said about Wilder? This is going to be good. 10th Planet, we're going to send your ass back to Pluto. You're going to be on the 10th planet. You know what I'm saying? We're going to send you back to Mars. Get your ass to Mars. We're going to send your ass back to the 10th planet. We're going to put a ring around Saturn. Promise you that. I said we're going to put a ring around Saturn. I mean, we ain't fucking around. Let's get it. And don't tell me about no other man. I talked to Dante earlier today. That's my dude, you know. But if you want to talk to me, talk about me, you know. I love Wilder, but I feel like you exaggerate his skill level. And you saying this is how they back off the block. You saying you love Wilder, I don't give a fuck about that. I asked you to name what I've said about Wilder in my videos, you know, because I can't speak for everyone's opinion. I can't be held accountable for what every black man in America ever did. I can tell you about me. I said name something that I have said about Wilder that was 100% false, because you said, I don't get how you're hyping up Wilder, but you accuse HBO of being biased. So try again, like Aaliyah said. First you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. What have I, Ego, said about Deontay Wilder that is 100% false? Because you said basically I'm lying about Wilder or hyping him up. You said that Wilder has a resume that is comparable with AJ. I said if he beats Tyson Fury, it's extremely comparable. Yes, I did say that. So you disagree with that. So if Wilder beats Tyson Fury, you believe AJ in 22 fights, his resume is murking Deontay Wilder. These dudes be reaching. They just trying to reach for anything I've said. Nah, it's looking rough for you, my guy. Okay, I said if he beats Tyson Fury, his resume is comparable or greater than AJ. Yes, I did say that. So that means you disagree with that. So I'm hyping him up. Let's battle that point. So tell me how AJ, his resume, if Wilder beats Tyson Fury, AJ's resume shits on Wilder's resume at that point. Block 10th Planet. It's that simple. Playing games. Is that it? What do you guys think this does? Like, I don't understand. You're arguing some dumb shit. I'm bodying you in the hot seat, and then you say, hey, it's me, ha. Like this is some big reveal. You still got body. I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be I am legend. It don't matter who you are. You still got bodied in the hot seat. I don't understand the goal of that. It is me. I am I am legend. I don't give a fuck who you are. You still got bodied, whoever you are. You know what I'm saying? And then he's saying he was the caller from DBN. You called on the phone and you was crying. He was crying in there. You got bodied on the phone. So you getting bodied in all types of ways. These dudes never learn, man. So they just obsessed with me. They calling to argue with me, getting bodied. They building 8 accounts to come to my hot seat and getting bodied. You're doing this for free, bro. I had you crying on Dante. I knew I was getting to him on DBN show. He was crying. He was crying in there. He was crying. I had him on the line crying, bro. What y'all talking about, man? Boxing expert, block him too. This dude is obsessed with me. Like, this shit is crazy. I don't know why you guys keep asking me where all these fighters are going. I don't think it's a known thing where they're going. You know, people are like, hey, is Jacob's going to DAZN? Is like, I'm not actually psychic, even though we get some shit right here. You know, I told you the unraveling of HBO boxing. I'm not psychic though. I don't know. I don't think these things have been negotiated. This shit just happened. You know, I'm not Rasputin out the motherfucker. You know what I mean? I don't know where Jacobs, Canelo, Golovkin, Butterbean. I don't know where these guys are going. This, you know, HBO just folded right now. Hamza, I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. We'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? If it ever gets to the point where a line is crossed, yeah, like I said, hope it plays out for you like you expect. That's all. Straight up. He was in there. He was crying in there. That man was in there crying. Wilder Fury card, I don't think it's been officially announced, so I don't know. You know, if it's that dream card shit, that would be dope. That would be real dope. But listen, the thing is this. Adonis Stevenson is fighting Vodstick, right? Someone said he was emotional as hell. That's what I'm saying. He was like literally crying. He was you no, motherfucker was crying. But anyway, Adonis Stevenson is fighting Vodstick, because even if HBO, like, bro, after recent thing, like, hey, Al Haymon, if you ever see this, I know your ass be hiding and shit. If you ever see this, hey, I ain't messing with you, dog. You are really the Don. Like you a real OG with your deep voice. Simba, you mustn't go into the present. Al Haymon got a deep ass voice, y'all. I'm not. He really about his business. This man, Al Haymon, don't do no type of. He don't do nobody's interviews and just be assassinating people. He just be killing, and not even like he's not even saying nothing. Like this dude is like Kaiser Soze on Usual Suspects. This is crazy. He's like really off the grid, and his moves, everybody knows when he made a move, but he don't ever have to say nothing, bro. That's power. You got to respect that. This man took out a whole network. He let, you know, it takes time, but that motherfucker took out a whole network. You know, feeding hella fights to Showtime. If you don't think new media, Showtime, Steven Espinoza and shit like that took out a network, then I don't know what to tell you. Now, new media, we didn't necessarily put on fights that took out the network, but we changed the narrative. We challenged the narrative. And that's what's gonna happen, man. Is the new media, like Canelo be saying, me era, it's the new media era, right? You got to be responsible with this boxing stuff. We are real boxing fans. We are real consumers. You guys see the super chats. There's clearly money out there. You know, my dude Business Brains donated $100 to an independent YouTuber to help the channel to keep it, you know, keep the engines running and shit, right? So you mean to tell me that's 10 months worth of DAZN? But the thing is, you have to do right by the fans. That's why I told you, I feel like I'm the people's champ because I'm trying to do right by the fans. I be on the front lines saying stuff before it's necessarily known. I be saying stuff on the front line, taking all the shots. Me and Dante, we took all the shots. When we were talking about, and I'm not talking about just talking to talk shit. Well, that's not what I do here. You know, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you be talking that shit, talking that. I'm not out here talking shit. Everything I say, I believe. Everything. You know, I'm not out here just like trying to make people look bad or trying to expose something. That's not what I do here. But if there's something that gets exposed in the process, then that's what it is. You know, that's not my goal, is to try to be controversial or say some shit from shock value. If I did that, I'll just get on here, start burning crosses and, you know, crazy weirdo shit. You know, I'm not doing that. Everything I say, I mean. You know, everything I said when I prophesied it, a lot of it came true. So, you know, it's new media time, man. Like we try to be at the fights. Like, listen, and this what I try to warn these other channels and stuff. If anybody, like, let's say HBO got mad at me, how you gonna get mad at me when I'm saying what I'm saying and everybody sees it? Everybody sees Harold Lederman's scorecard. I know it's not just me. You know, I know. Watch Roman Chocolatito versus Carlos Cuadras. Good fight, competitive fight. But listen to Harold Lederman. He made it sound like Chocolatito was just beating that ass. And then we look at Chocolatito's face after the fight. And I know that's not how you judge a fight. But again, sometimes that indicates blunt force trauma. And some of the things that I understand, different people have different scar tissue. Chocolatito's eyes were looking crazy in that fight, you know? And Carlos Cuadras wasn't getting really no credit for the shots he was landing. And then HBO would do the real fool where when it's a fighter that they want to, like, force feed us, they're all about that style. Like Chocolatito, he's an action guy. You know, he has good action, good combinations, sidestep, bop, right? So then you don't favor the boxer. When Golovkin is aggressive in the first Canelo fight, you favor the aggression. Then Canelo in the second fight turns into what Golovkin was in the first fight, but he's actually more accurate. And Golovkin's on the back foot, and he's really just jabbing primarily until later rounds. Then guess what? Now you favor the boxer again, you know? There is no level of consistency with scoring like that. You know, your scoring criteria should be the same for boxing. This is what I look for. This is what I'm supposed to be looking for. So it's not like, hey, I like this guy, so now I'm looking for the boxer. I don't really fuck with that aggressive guy. But this guy, him boxing, is beautiful. You know, and this is what HBO was notorious for when Lomachenko was on there. Oh, look at this guy, how he moves. Look at that footwork. Mayweather had great footwork. Still does at 41. You don't hear that. You hear them talking shit after Mayweather. I could show you tapes. Floyd Mayweather beat Castillo. People said he got robbed Castillo in the first fight. He comes back the same year, beats Castillo easy after getting his shoulder surgery. Larry Merchant was chastising him. He was like, your power has gotten the stoppage on guys. Why was he so hard to get rid of? He just beat the fuck out of Castillo in the rematch. And you're mad because he didn't get the stoppage. Why don't you ask Golovkin why he couldn't stop smaller Canelo off of clenbuterol? He clearly looked smaller. So, he was doing year-round drug testing, so he wasn't on the clenbuterol. So why don't you ask Golovkin that? Instead, they stick up for Golovkin and compare him to Muhammad Ali. You notice that? Mayweather, he takes his controversial fight with Castillo, fights him the same year, beats him cleanly, and Larry Merchant is like, why weren't you able to stop this guy? What made him so difficult? It's not difficult because he didn't get stoppers. Castillo is way bigger than Floyd. Tall, good fighter. Some guys are tough. Why aren't you asking the boogeyman Golovkin why he couldn't stop a clean Canelo who was visibly smaller, and why he was getting walked down by the smaller Canelo? You see? Why did he... They have this notion. Max Kellerman, I seen him even do it on ESPN. He started coming out with this notion after Floyd beat Pacquiao that Mayweather waited till guys got rusty, and Mayweather is the greatest businessman. All this bullshit. He's not the greatest businessman. Just say he's the best boxer, because it's not what y'all make it. Like, he just waited for people to get old and fucked up. Pacquiao's younger than Floyd, so if he's younger and fucked up, that's his fucking problem. They're like, oh, he just aged certain guys out and waited till out of his prime. Just casual shit that they want you to believe. But guess what? Why did Floyd fight a prime Canelo and they still made excuses? They said Canelo was too green. So when he fights Pacquiao, who's younger than him, he waited Pacquiao out, waited for him to get knocked out by Marquez. Then he fights a 23-year-old, fresh, bigger Canelo, right? They say he was too young. There's no way to win. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can win with people like that. Because no matter what, it's an excuse. Pacquiao was too old. Canelo was too young. What the fuck, man? What can you do? So Pacquiao was aged and he was too worn, yet he's younger than Mayweather. And then when Mayweather fights someone who's really like 13 years his junior, and Canelo Alvarez, undefeated champion, who had already beat Josecito and Shane Mosley and Carlos Baldomir viciously. Carlos Baldomir got it viciously. He beat Austin Trout. Now you say he's too young. I mean, how can you win with logic like that? They just keep changing the goalpost. Meanwhile, they make it like Mayweather was afraid to fight these guys and waited people out or picked on him. Canelo called Mayweather out for years. Mayweather wasn't checking for Canelo. Canelo was the one, I was born ready. Okay, you was born ready to get that ass whooped versus Floyd, right? Canelo sought out that Mayweather work, and he got what he was looking for. And they tried to cheat him on the scorecard. You never hear Jim Lampley say, CJ Ross's scorecard is ridiculous. That was no way it was a draw. But then when Triple G, a guy you invested a lot of energy promoting, when he has a close fight, which is not a robbery, then you come out and make it like it's a robbery. Why didn't you do that when CJ Ross scored Canelo versus Mayweather, as a draw, knowing that damn well that wasn't no draw? Making Floyd sound like he's chicken shit and like he's yellow belly. But you have to understand this. How come an older Floyd, who was smaller than Canelo, backed up Canelo? Golovkin in the rematch was younger than Floyd was when Floyd fought Canelo, and he's bigger than Canelo, yet he couldn't back up Canelo. Answer that. Why was little Floyd, who moved up 5 divisions and is not the boogeyman, according to them, right? How did he back up Canelo? But then the guy who's been at middleweight since the amateurs, who is the boogeyman, according to you, and the monstrous puncher, he didn't back him up. He didn't back up Canelo. Canelo kept walking him down. Skills, people. Skills pay the bills. Y'all getting that work, man. I know it hurts, but y'all getting that work. Christopher Ryan, you sound stupid. There's nothing racist about the word ghetto. It's an adjective. Bro, you sound stupid. Here's why. Because there's a lot of words that are innocent words like watermelon, Kool-Aid. You know, Kool-Aid doesn't have nothing to do with anyone particularly, but we know certain words carry a certain connotation, right? That's why when people who are racist, they use these certain innuendos, right? And everybody knows what they mean. Like when Mikey Garcia, he put a monkey picture and everyone's like, yeah, Broner the monkey, you know, or when somebody says, go drink Kool-Aid, you N-word, or eat chicken, or why don't you eat some watermelon? Yeah, okay, watermelon, there's nothing wrong. You can order watermelon, you know, at Jamba Juice. You can order a watermelon smoothie. We get that. But we still know the connotation in which a lot of real racist people are using this stuff. So yeah, the word ghetto, harmless, got it. You don't have to be any race to be ghetto. But there's a lot of people that use code words instead of just saying it. So don't play dumb. Christopher Ryan, you about to get blocked. You can't win this battle with me. I just gave you an example. There are okay, so there's nothing wrong with a burrito. You know, a burrito is perfectly. So why were people mad at Tank Davis who said, "Oh, I'm gonna put a burrito in your ass, Abnamates"? Christopher Ryan, block him. He says I am slaved. You know, this dude has like mental issues. But the thing I don't understand is like, you keep coming and then saying I am whoever, I am legend or whatever. So we argue for 1 minute, and then you get blocked. I don't know. You guys tell me. Someone says slave it is Charlie Z. Whatever, it don't matter. These but actually the funny thing is, even though he's trolling or whatever, there's a lot of people that actually create that type of excuse, like play dumb, like there's nothing wrong with saying the word ghetto. Like, come on, man, you know what you're doing. Like, it's like when people do, like, go watch the movie Step Brothers. There's an actual joke where what's his name? John C. Reilly's brother, or Will Ferrell's, I forgot whose brother he was. He was a realtor, and this black couple comes up, and he was like, yeah, this is a slamming house, dog. You know, you and your posse should get this house, homie. You know, when people start doing that jive talk, we know why they're doing it. You could say, hey, that's just slang. But he was like, you don't have to talk to me like that. He's like, you could just say it's a good house. You know, so we know they try to be slick. That's what happens with the closet racists. They're so chicken shit that they don't want to outright say stuff. So what they do is try to play these little games and semantics. We know why you're doing that. You know, patronizing as fuck. That's a good word. I like that word, patronizing. You know, when people try to talk like jive and shit, like, hey, dog, what's wrong with me, dog? You know, you need to chill, bruh. You know, and they're not, you know, urban, and you know they're just saying it to be patronizing. I love that word. You know, hey, bruh, chill. Don't get your gang and your posse. You know, remember when Charlie Sheen in Money Talks, he was like, cause I got G-Dog in the cut, riding with the posse, cutting in the crib. What the fuck does that mean? You remember? We know why people are doing that. Shout out to Kane. Oh my God. I love Ego's Army, man. That's why I'm going to keep repping for y'all. He says, quote, your boy is cold too. Exactly. You know, they always do that. If a black fighter fails a drug test or something, they'll be like, oh, what's up with your boy? What's up with your boy Jamal? Like, it's my boy. Like, I ain't never even said nothing about Jamal, but he failed a drug test, and y'all talking about, what's up with your boy Jamal? Jamal Jenkins, what's up with your boy? Like, I ain't never said 2 words about this dude, really. And then they be trying to act like everyone's your boy. We know the games, man. It's all code words. It really is. Yeah, exactly. The Black Channel. Why do black people like to drive talk? They think they're the best dancers. We get it. We know what you're doing. But like I said, that's what closet. Yeah, dog, chill out, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Don't get your posse. Like, we know why you're doing all that extra shit. Because you know why? Because like you said, like my man Hamza said, it's patronizing. Because actual black people, by and large, aren't necessarily really even talking like that. You know, like I see black people communicate all the time. They be like, "Hey, did you go see the Black Panther? Hey, man, that movie was dope. I like Michael B. Jordan as a villain. It was a good storyline. Stan Lee and Marvel Comics is, you know, they're having regular comment. They're not like, hey, dog, chill, bruh. You see me. This shit show am good. You Black Panther. You know, ain't nobody doing all that extra shit. They talking about Black Panther. They know the facts. They know Stan Lee. They know Marvel Comics, having a regular conversation. You know, there's extremities of any race. But, you know, that's what they try to, that's when they try to stereotype you, you know? Like, yeah, bruh, you feel me? The Black Panther, a good ass movie, motherfucker. Like, that's what they sound like to you, huh? Okay. I went with my posse. Okay. The Black Channel. Black people have so many regional dialects, there's no all-encompassing accent or speech or style. Facts. You know, when I talk to New Yorkers, you know, they don't sound like some of the people back in Cali when I'm in New York. You know what I'm saying? I like their swag and demeanor and dress even don't sound like my boys in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hamza. He be knowing. He said, plus they be using outdated slang too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To make it more offensive, you know? The minstrel shows, you know, the stupid shit like posse. Like what black person you know is still saying the word posse? Yeah, man, chill out, dog. You gonna ride with your posse. Who the fuck said, what black dude is just out there using the word posse, you know, in 2018? You know what I'm saying? Man, me and my posse gonna go see the new Predator movie. Feel me? Like, nobody's just out here talking like that. So we know why you doing that. Hey, y'all stupid. Someone said off the hinges. Yeah, he off the hinges. He off the chain. He all that in a bag of chips, you know. Do the electric slide. Like, bruh, niggas ain't doing no electric slide. What the fuck you even talking about? Fuck you mean electric slide? You need to electric slide your ass out of here before you get slid. You know what I'm saying? We run the game now. New media run this. Yeah, man, we get it. Yeah. Trying to like, yeah, cuz. Remember when rest in peace, Paul Walker. I love Paul Walker, but remember him in Fast and Furious with Tyrese? And he was like, pockets ain't empty, cuz. I'm like, why'd you say that? Pockets ain't empty, cuz. Like, shit, pockets ain't empty, cuz. We understand code words. Yeah, you drive turkey, sucker fool, sucker MC. Like, ain't nobody saying stuff like that. Pockets ain't empty, cuz. The Vampire Stream. When they try and greet me by saying, what up, blood? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go to LA and say that and get your fucking kufi knocked off. Anyway, man, back to this HBO shit. You know, people acting like, someone said player haters. That's another one. Yeah, old ass shit that nobody even says. Yeah, man. Ultimately, I just feel like HBO started unraveling, and they really weren't. They weren't in it for boxing anymore. It was like I literally said this. I said HBO, they're trying to get sure shot money. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to invest in anything. That's why I told you with Kovalev, they didn't want to take Kovalev, Alida, Alvarez. They didn't want to do the rematch. Bro, see, it's sad. It's sad that they went out like that. Because that you guys realize new media and Showtime grow from this. Because Showtime, obviously, because now they don't have a direct competitor right now, except for ESPN, but they don't have a premium direct competitor, They just have to compete with ESPN Plus, which is fairly new, in DAZN. Showtime killing. And they got good fights, like Wilder Fury, Adonis Stevenson, Vodstick, right? But this is, waving the white flag. That proves, it's just like someone retires on the stool in boxing. You know what that is. You know what happened. You know what caused it. And it's sad to see HBO go like that. They stopped even being competitive. You know what I mean? They didn't even try to compete anymore. They were like, let's make a couple paychecks, and then we'll focus on Game of Thrones and shit, see if shit improves. And then when it didn't improve with minimal effort, then they said, fuck it, we out this boxing shit. Ratings dropped. I mean, you seen it. I seen it. Because before, back in the day, no matter what HBO did a couple years ago, it would always outperform Showtime. This year, there's a couple like dueling telecasts, like Luis Ortiz and Wilder happened the same night as Sergey Kovalev versus Igor Mikhalkin. And factually, Showtime's fight outranked and outperformed the fight with Kovalev. So, that was a couple years ago. That never happened. Even if they both had telecasts on the same night, HBO would win because they had more subscribers. So, it was there. It was there to see. And like I said, the sad thing is that HBO, they didn't have to bow out if they refreshed, if they did like a facelift. You get what I'm saying? If HBO, I really feel like if HBO did a facelift on their programming, they could have saved it. But they live and die by the sword. They had this old, like, prehistoric way of thinking with their boxing programming. See, you know what the thing is? Life, like, business is about competition. Like YouTube. Who's YouTube's direct competitor? Someone that is revered as an equal to YouTube, that does the same type of thing. Who competes with YouTube? You guys answer that in the comment section. Name YouTube's direct competitor. Daily Motion? Fuck no. Vimeo? No. Doesn't Daily Motion have porn? Does Daily Motion have porn? That is not no direct competitor. And Vimeo is not, like, I've used Vimeo, but they're not even like, my mom knows what YouTube is. She probably don't know no fucking Daily Motion. Stop it. They got YouTube Red. I ain't seen no fucking Daily Motion Red, or, they got YouTube TV. I ain't seen no Daily Motion TV. Somebody said X video. I'm fucking done. Pornhub. Hell no. Y'all wildin' for real. Twitch? No. My mom don't know what YouTube is a built-in application on smart TVs now. My mom uses YouTube. My dad uses YouTube. They don't use no fucking Pornhub and all this extra shit y'all the fucking talking about. Well, I don't think my pops be on no porn. I don't think he be on the hub like that. And they don't be using no fucking Daily Motion and all this bullshit y'all talking about. Vimeo. I never heard my pop like, yeah, let me slide on that Vimeo. Like, fuck out of here. Y'all full of shit. Fuck that. But bottom line is, YouTube, there's no one that has been able to corner this type of market like YouTube. Therefore, YouTube kind of be fucking up at times. Like, they, like, if their live streaming is not all the way done, you have to deal with it. YouTube went through that adpocalypse shit, and a lot of people, their channels, like, wasn't making no money because the ads were being pulled on some videos, and they were flagging people's things saying it wasn't advertiser friendly. But see, this is the thing. YouTube has cornered the market, so YouTubers had to just fucking ride that one out. You know, they had to ride that one out because who you gonna go to? You'd be like, fuck YouTube, I'm going to Facebook video. I'm going to Daily Motion. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't just, everything I invested on YouTube, I can't just go to Daily Motion and instantly monetize and be popping. You know, this, so they don't, I'm telling you, YouTube doesn't have a direct competitor. So you kind of have to just live and die by that. That's how it was with HBO. HBO was, you know, HBO was the big dude on the block. They didn't really have. But Showtime started stepping it up. Al Haymon took his fighters. Bob Arum took his fighters. Right? So then that's when the competition kicked in. ESPN was now competition. They're putting on good fights. Showtime putting on good fights. They're challenging you, and HBO folded. You get what I'm saying? So competition, you're going to either rise to the occasion or sink and swim, you know? Not to clown, but I'm sure I put some channels out of business on YouTube because if they were saying bullshit, you know, there was no need for those channels anymore, you know, because they weren't giving you the real spill. So it's just part of, it's just like when a Walmart opened up, you can get everything at Walmart. Tampons, bread, food, you know, home furnishing, furniture, car service. So a lot of mom and pop shops can't exist, you know. So competition creates things, and you have to stay relevant, evolve. HBO chose not to do that. This is why they're down. They could have, but they chose not to. They chose to keep Harold Lederman as the official Steve Farhood don't be bad like that. Like, okay, Jim, you know, Steve Farhood don't be like, okay, I have this round, 10 rounds to not. Like, what? How you get that? You know? Especially when you have competition, you have people challenging what you're doing. New media, Showtime, you know, the UFC is taking over. Please stop. UFC wants to get into boxing, so please stop. Motherfucker talking about UFC taking. Y'all lucky that Conor McGregor came back because it was looking bad for UFC. You know? So stop it. And I don't have nothing against UFC, but for you to even put that, your name is Sea Lion, you need to jump back in that ocean because you sound crazy. Look at the numbers. Whose number? Shit, let me look at how many people are failing drug tests. That's what I really want in the UFC. That's what I want to look at. Let me see how many people are failing drug tests. Fuck you mean? When was boxing's last 1 million pay-per-view in you? Nobody's even fighting on pay-per-view. Floyd Mayweather did, that was, okay, Floyd Mayweather did 4.2 with Conor McGregor. So Conor came over to boxing and did 4.2. He ain't never did that in the UFC. You sound stupid. Not including an MMA fighter. No, don't try to change the rule. You asked me. You know, because there hasn't even been that many pay-per-views in general. And Canelo versus Golovkin 2 did over 1 million, so you sound stupid. Hey, block him. Block him. He said, when was the last one? Motherfucker, September 15th. UFC has never broke 2 million buys. Exactly. And Canelo versus Triple G 2 did. Okay, so name a UFC fight that was bigger than Canelo versus Mayweather. Oh, you already blocked him. Get him out of here. Mayweather Canelo did 2.1. 2 boxers. UFC has never done that. No, they did 2.2. These dudes is like roaches, man. You step on one and there's another one keep coming with more bullshit. Anyway, that's the stream. The vampire stream. Like I said, y'all lucky Conor McGregor even came back because it was looking, the whole first half of this year has been dry for the UFC and HBO actually. See, people say stuff, but they don't put no facts behind it. Nate Diaz hasn't fought since Conor McGregor 2. You know, he's a big star. He can't get a fight. Nick Diaz hasn't fought. Anderson Silva hasn't fought. I don't know what Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till did. Chris Cyborg hasn't fought. She's fighting Amanda Nunes. Good fight. Conor McGregor hasn't fought all year until he fights next month with Khabib. You know, so what is the dude talking about? What's the biggest? I don't even know what the biggest UFC fight. Ronda Rousey's out the game, right? So what was the biggest UFC fight this year? Cormier. You know, Cormier versus Stipe Miocic. What did that do? I don't even know what it did. So what is he dude even talking about? And once again, why is UFC trying to get into boxing? Why is Dana White trying to get into boxing? You don't see Al Haymon like getting into MMA right now. These dudes just be making up their own narrative. That's the one. That's why I created the hot seat for people like that. You know, and fuck the. See this. Listen. See this is. I got to ride for boxing on this one. This is the quintessential man fam. He's sitting up here arguing. Oh, when does a boxing pay-per-view did over 1 million buys? That's cool for if you're the Fertitta brothers and Dana White and maybe the main event. But guess what? Let's talk about UFC fighter pay. Let's talk about that. So you talking about numbers of an event, which ultimately is a successive event, doesn't really affect fans, you know? But the fighters you guys like, let's talk about how much they're getting paid. You know, Deontay Wilder got like $3 million to fight Luis Ortiz. So name the fighters that are getting $3 million in their main events in the UFC. Conor McGregor, who else? Ronda Rousey's gone. Who's making $3 million in their UFC main event? Not no win bonus if you win. I'm talking about they're getting guaranteed this type of money. And let's not talk about Mayweather, what he's getting when he fights. So what are we really talking about? Name the UFC fighter that got what Wilder got versus Luis Ortiz. And then not to listen. See, now I got to shut these motherfuckers down because y'all annoying. Wilder fought Luis Ortiz in March. True or false? It's true. We know it's true. He got like 3 million, 2 something, or 3 million, right? Now he's fighting at the end of this year, so the same fiscal year, in a pay-per-view with Tyson Fury. So by the year's end, name what UFC fighter in a main event has made more than that. Conor McGregor, maybe. You know, we have to see how much his shit does. I don't know. And I'm not talking about proper whiskey. I'm talking about paycheck from the UFC, you know. And if anything, it's Conor McGregor, but who else? Who else is doing that? We know Conor McGregor's a star, but who's it? They say Wilder has a resume of 40 bums, but he's gonna cash out and make more money. Look at what Canelo's making versus Triple G. Look what Triple G made. What UFC made. They said Triple G made like 24 million last year. Canelo made like 32 million or some shit. What UFC fighter is making that? Conor McGregor. Who else? I just named multiple people in boxing that are doing double-digit millies, you know, by the end of the year. Who's even getting what Errol Spence is getting? Get these bums out of here. They talking about Top Rank gave Crawford a deal by re-signing where he's getting like guaranteed $3 million. Who's getting that in the UFC? Who's getting with that? Crawford. If Crawford gets $3 million guaranteed, you know, if it's a bigger fight like a pay-per-view, then he'll get more. I would like to say John Jones. He ain't fought. John Jones ain't. He's not even eligible to fight until October. So what y'all talking about? You gonna say, oh, John Jones is getting? He ain't fought. So you gonna pick an inactive fighter who hasn't fought in years? Get these dudes out of here, man. See, this is what happens. People want to say it, but they don't want to look at the fact. They don't want to they don't want to look at stats and facts and shit. It just makes them feel good to say it to begin with. They've been saying boxing is dead for years, you know. Okay, why did Conor come to our sport? Why didn't Mayweather go into the octagon for the first fight? The Vampire Stream. Canelo's in the UAE right now. I'm sure he is. He got all that money. Beat Golovkin. You know. But yeah, man. Pour out a little liquor for HBO. New media. We got our own liquor. I got my own bottles. Hey, look. Ego liquor. Pour out a little liquor. I got my own liquor. You know, HBO had a choice in the matter, but they chose their way out. They didn't revamp. They didn't restructure. So, I mean, what do you think is going to happen? You can't let Showtime keep dropping these major fights and bouncing to a new network and all these other fights. You're getting killed by quality and quantity. Now, once again, we got to add insult to injury. Where are all the channels that just a couple years ago would say stuff like, you know, we would talk about all these good PBC fights. They would be talking about how PBC has empty seats in the crowd, or how this is a cherry pick, or PBC fighters are fighting one time a year, or, you know, just whatever, you know, be like, oh, Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman was a great fight. Man, that was okay. But, you know, I seen fans put stuff like comments like Francisco Vargas versus Orlando Salido is the true fight of the year. That fight was light, you know, it was action, but it was, no one showed no type of separation. You know, that was not the fight of the year. But, you know, let the fans say it in the comment section. They'll be like, yeah, Francisco Vargas versus Orlando Salido, because they were trying to rep HBO and try to go against new media. Now, enjoy that. You win against new media, but good luck with your channel now, because these fans don't forget what we say. You have to be held responsible for what you say in a public forum, in a public domain, in a public setting. You know, that's why I don't care about anything that I say on these streams, because I know what I'm saying. I'm cognizant of what I'm saying. I'm not just out here saying emotional things. Oh, Triple G, he's the best middleweight. I don't believe he's the best middleweight of all time. Me personally, I don't. You guys can. I know what I say. I never bash and say Triple G is horrible, or I don't think he's the best middleweight. I don't even compare his title reign run anything like Bernard Hopkins, because he didn't fight the quality of resume Bernard Hopkins fought. But you guys let HBO and all these people gas you. Now look at the people that gassed you and that you've been clinging on to and using the same talking points as. Guess what? They just turned their back on you. They just said, you know what? You know, we were your leaders, but we focused on Game of Thrones now. So now you just left in the cold. You know, you thought they was riding for you. They don't even have the budget for you no more. They just said, you know what? We getting killed. You know, it's time we move on. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised if boxing channels start folding on YouTube. Boxing channel, all of a sudden it's a fishing channel. You know, all of a sudden it's a channel about how to raise kids or some shit. You know, because they, you know, it's over for these dudes in boxing. Old media. I told you we was coming. Death Row East. Now all of a sudden they're gonna, and then this is what they do. Like the cowards that they are, is now all of a sudden people will act like boxing just ain't winning anymore. So you said all this bullshit that turned out to not be true, and then now you're gonna act like you're moving on from boxing. You know, that's what they do. They'll be like, oh, boxing's just not the same. It's, you know, I'm not even going to cover it on my channel. It's just too much politics. And, you know, boxing fell off, and it's just too many robberies. And, oh, yeah, boxing ain't fall off. My paychecks ain't fall off. I'm having the best year I've had since I've been on the platform. So that ain't true. You know, oh, YouTube has no more money for boxing. Oh, shit, they got money for Dante going to Thailand again. Shit, they got money for him. They got money for me. So I don't know what you talking about. But this is what they do. That's their way of rationalizing all the bullshit they said and why they're not successful anymore. That's their way to rationalize it, to just act like boxing imploded and is not the same. Boxing's the same. Boxing's alive and well. Boxing's not going anywhere. You know, I feel like the dude from Allstate, are you in good hands? With new media, are you in good hands? You in good hands. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see all the people who push the agenda and the narratives. Let's see what happens to their channel in the next couple of months. You know, because people don't forget. Like they said on Superbad, people don't forget. Shout out to a real one. He said Northern Cali out here, fam. You already know what it is. West side. But it's going to be very interesting to see how people rationalize this. HBO had their chance. New media, we constantly told y'all. We told you and told you and told you what they could do to improve. They chose not to. Now they're getting out of the game. So now let's see what happens to all the people who said PBC sucked. Because you're going to have to do something. You have to make some choices. Now, like, are you going to start covering PBC fights? Are you going to start being reasonable? And because before they acted like it was some turf war. They're like, oh, HBO is way better than Showtime. Way better. Showtime is still amateur compared to HBO, and Showtime's fights, I'd rather pay for quality on HBO. Okay, now you don't have that choice because HBO is not putting any money into boxing anymore. You know what I mean? So, like I said, what's their next step? Are you gonna start being real now? This is why on a platform like YouTube, this is why I love my job, because it's called YouTube. So you being me, ego, I could dictate my fate here. If I talk responsibly and reasonable, that doesn't mean I'm gonna be 100% right all the time. Please don't get that twisted. But I'm good with those odds because there'll be times where I'm wrong, but there'll be a lot of times where I'm right. So it'll kind of leverage. These other dudes, a lot of them, old media, I guess you could say, they're wrong and then wronger and then some more wrong, and it's just nonstop. Oh, Wilder Fury, where's the date? Where's the venue? I don't think it happens. That's it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it like that. Wilder Fury, I don't think it's going to happen. Then it gets announced today, officially. It's on Wilder's page, on Instagram, and on Tyson Fury's. Press tour starts October 1st through 3rd. So what are they going to say now? When I'm at the press conference, what are they going to say? Oh, I don't believe it's going to happen. Tyson Fury's going to pull out, wishful thinking, I guess. So it's not, I've been calling for this moment for a while. This is really just stuff I already knew and vindication. You gotta be responsible in this game. Hey, block Wolf tickets. I'm not playing no games with you. Shout out to Nate Diaz, but block Wolf tickets. Annoying as fuck. He's like, Nate Diaz earned more than Wilder. Nate Diaz hasn't fought, so it kind of leverages out, right? If they're starving him out of fights, he had a lucrative paycheck versus Conor McGregor, but then he doesn't get to fight for another year and 2 years because of Dana White. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. Just block him. Hey, stop unhiding people. Block Wolf tickets. He got hidden. Leave him. It's probably slaved. Fuck him. We just wrapping up this show. The Vampire Stream. Reblock Wolf tickets. But yeah, like I said, you got to be responsible with what you say. These other guys, like a lot of them, they're saying narratives that they knew. All the signs were trending that Al Haymon and the direct. I keep saying Al Haymon because Showtime was the Burger King to McDonald's. Showtime was the direct rival, premium network, comparable rival than HBO. And the thing is sad. Showtime has a fewer subscriber base. So the people who only tune into HBO for its boxing, now they don't even have an option. So they might actually cancel HBO if you're like me and you were only in it for the boxing. And then now that helps Showtime. Especially when they have fights like, well, actually Wilder Fury's pay-per-view. So, but you guys get it, especially if they ramp it up. So. I tried telling people, but, when do we start holding people, draw that line in the sand and hold them responsible and accountable for constantly being wrong? Oh, PBC is not a good product. I understand why they did this, but this makes no sense. And, you notice people keep criticizing what PBC did wrong, but yet who's surpassed PBC? DAZN, Eddie Hearn was nitpicking like, oh, I like this part about PBC, but they spend a lot of money. Okay, why does PBC have more money than you, according to Ring TV? You know, in their new deals with Showtime and their new deals with Fox. Now they might even give Showtime might even give them more money because now their competition is gone. So, you know, now they might even be willing, like, damn, now we don't even have to compete with HBO. We might even put more money in this shit. So I'm just, like I said, hold people accountable. All the shit they said, hopefully they stick to it. You know, HBO got the best fight. So keep saying that in 2019 when HBO has no boxing. So keep running with the narrative that you've been telling us for the last couple of years. You know, that's all I got to really say about it. That's why I wanted to do an updated video. People are asking like, oh, nobody should be happy about HBO closing its doors. It's not about being happy. It's about HBO stopped being the product that it once was. So this was foreseeable. You know, everybody's seen this coming that listened to people like me who warned you. You know, and all the people who were trying to oppose new media, you guys look crazy. You know, and like I said, they're on the wrong. This is it's laughable, but it's borderline pitiful. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I see the similarities with the same channels, the same usernames, and shit like that. Is crazy. It's like I could go through like different stuff that they're saying, and it's like they're always on the wrong side of history. It's insane. Like, how could you be this wrong all the time? You know, like, I'm talking about stuff like when Ward was about to fight Kovalev. Listen, somebody said my points got dissected. Bro, if they not doing, like, with all due respect and in the most humble way, if they not doing what I'm doing over here, you know, like numbers wise, then they didn't dissect anything. Because if they dissect, and see, listen, you notice, like, people keep mentioning what other people are dissecting to me, right? I'm not dissecting them because they're irrelevant to the boxing game. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he's like, oh yeah, somebody already dissected your point. They should be killing the game then. Where their subscribers at? You get what I'm saying? So if like, basically, if someone's killing me with their points, then that's good. Great for them. They should be running. They should be on top of things. More power to them. You know? Don't tell me about someone's dissecting me and they doing worse than me. That don't really make sense. But, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, Ward Kovalev, remember Ward had a fight and 2 days later they tried to do some press conference. Ward didn't show up. People said, oh, why didn't Ward show up? He's scared. Then Ward beats Kovalev twice. Chocolatito gets named by like ESPN and HBO after Floyd retires. He gets appointed #1 pound for pound. And I'm like, he's solid, but that's doing too much to say he's pound for pound. What about Andre Ward? Fuck Ward. Then Chocolatito loses controversial, has a chance to avenge it, gets knocked out. Kovalev gets knocked out. Then they say it's nut puncher Ward that did it. He cheated. Then the leader Alvarez knocks him down clean 3 times and knocks him out, using a similar blueprint. You know, weather the early storm. Kovalev gets knocked out. I say Showtime's putting on the better fights. Al Haymon's killing, and then ESPN's behind that. They say you lying, you just hating. Then HBO closes its doors to boxing. You know, I say Mayweather ever since he left HBO, then they've been going downhill. Now HBO closes its doors. I say HBO commentary is biased. Then Abel Sanchez, who his fighter gets preferential treatment from HBO, even comes out and says they're biased. You know, this is just stuff I got right. I said, man, Al Haymon, he's putting on some good fights. Showtime needs to answer. I mean, HBO needs to answer Showtime. HBO needs to answer. I'm like, hey, Canelo Triple G hasn't really been performed, like it hasn't been promoted right. They should do more. What happened to the face off? Why we got one episode of 24/7? It looks like HBO is not trying to spend any money. Takes money to make money. Canelo Triple G does less live gate, and then it does less viewership than the first fight in a controversial fight, which is rare. So if this was what I was saying, a lot of these people said the exact opposite of everything. They said Chocolatito was the best, then he got knocked out. They said Kovalev destroyed Ward. They said Kovalev was prematurely stopped and Ward never knocked him down. Then he gets knocked out by Leader Alvarez. They said HBO's commentary was the greatest and the greatest production. Now they close. They say Ward was ducking Kovalev press conference, and then he didn't fight Kovalev like he was scared. They said Triple G is the monster and Mexican style, and then he doesn't fight Mexican style whether you had him winning or losing. These are the types of statements that they were making versus me, and I just listed a bunch of stuff. They can't do that to me. Someone's like, oh, this channel dissected you. Why don't they dissect that? Dissect how they were on the wrong side. They were talking about Shabransky and Chocolatito and Kovalev and Triple G and Lomachenko and saying they were way better than Crawford, Ward. Just this is what they're coming up with. Bad decisions. I'm out. The Vampire Stream. Peace out. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. New media. Seen this one coming. On to the next order of business. I got to look at flights. I'm going to probably go out to LA for that press conference. Peace out, y'all.